And welcome back to SportsZone. This is our NBA segment, Throwing It Up. I'm joined here by Justin. Playoffs in full swing now. We'll start off in the Eastern Conference. Obviously, the biggest story right now is LeBron James, those Cleveland Cavaliers, down 2-1 to the Indiana Pacers. Justin, is there a chance LeBron James is going to lose in the first round?
There's a chance. I mean, Indiana's a really scrappy team. They play hard-nosed defense. They're never out of a game. Victor Oladipo is a stud. He's an all-star. He's proven to be one of the better two guards in the league. And Cleveland just refuses to play defense and run a system. So they play disjointed. They rely on LeBron. And when you see LeBron kind of teeter off in the second half, they struggle mightily. So, yeah, there's a chance. I don't think they will, because I think LeBron could put together three more LeBron-esque games. But tonight's a must-win. They're on must-win watch, right?
Yeah, obviously you can't count out LeBron James, but right now, for me, it's not looking good for those Cleveland Cavaliers, not shooting the ball well. And like you said, Indiana, a very scrappy team, really getting them out of the rhythm. And obviously, Victor Oladipo playing really well. So it remains to be seen whether LeBron James will get out of the first round. But we'll stick in the Eastern Conference and talk about a team that maybe before this season people didn't even see in the playoffs, but now they might be even a favorite in the Eastern Conference. That's the Philadelphia 76ers. They went up 3-1 yesterday versus the Miami Heat. So, Justin, with Cleveland struggling, are the Philadelphia 76ers the favorites in their Eastern Conference?
I still think that's Toronto at the moment, just because they have more experience and they have a deeper team in terms of their bench as good as 10 deep. But Philly's really good. Philly, that Miami-Philly series is reminiscent of the Miami-Knicks series from the 90s. It's really scrappy. Miami's trying to punk them. And you know what? They didn't back down. Ben Simmons didn't back down. Had a triple-double the other day. Joel Embiid is clearly the best player on that team in that series. And he's showing it, dominating on the defensive end. And then the additions of Ilyasova and Bellinelli are providing that much-needed space for Philly. And you know what? With Cleveland looking the way it is, they honestly could make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I wouldn't be surprised. They're just that good right now.
An absolutely crazy thought to think, last year, the Philadelphia 76ers, where they were a chance to make it to the NBA Finals. And like you mentioned, Philly have done a great job. Everyone talks about Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid, but they've done a great job of surrounding Ben Simmons with shooters, one of the reasons why they're doing so well. Other matchups in the Eastern Conference, Boston are up 2-1 on Milwaukee, and Toronto are up 2-1 on Washington, but I think sort of Toronto and Boston are the favorites in those series, so we'll shift over to the Western Conference. Yesterday, the Utah Jazz going up 2-1 on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Oklahoma City Thunder with that three-headed monster of Russell Westbrook, Paul George, and Carmelo Anthony not being able to get it done against the rookie Donovan Mitchell. So, Justin, just what is your impression of the series right now, and do you think Donovan Mitchell can lead them to the next round?
Well, this series is exactly what I thought it would be. Two defensive-minded teams going at it. Scrappy series. Probably still going to go 6 or 7. But yeah, Russell Westbrook, Paul George, Carmelo Anthony play fine for 3 quarters, and then all of a sudden they go to hero ball, and it clearly hasn't worked for them. Russell Westbrook especially tries to take over. His lack of shooting also plays a pivotal role, because he can't just give the ball up to Paul George, because you then lay off of Russell Westbrook because he's just not a good three-point shooter. But on the flip side, Ricky Rubio and Donovan Mitchell are clearly one of the better backcourts in the NBA. They play scrappy defense. Rubio's finally showing that he could finish at a decent rate, not the 30 below clip he used to do when he was in Minnesota. And Donovan Mitchell's just playing above his years. And testament to him, he's playing shooting guard, 6'3", undersized. Put 13 on Oklahoma City in the fourth quarter. Just impressive. He reminds me of a young Dwayne Wade with a three-point stroke. And, Utah is just incredibly coached by Quinn Snyder. Joe Ingles, who's the dude who shows up to the YMCA and drops 50 on you. One of my favorite players in the NBA. He's balling out. Rudy Gobert. They just got a deep bench. I could easily see them winning the series in 7. But I think it's still going to be a real battle between these two teams. And Oklahoma City needs to win, because this all rides on Paul George's free agency. So if they don't win the first round, he's probably not going to be there in the summer.
Definitely, like you mentioned, Quinn Snyder's done an excellent job with this Utah Jazz team. Donovan Mitchell playing beyond his years, and Ricky Rubio with a triple-double yesterday. So, they're definitely going to be tough for Oklahoma City Thunder. Russell Westbrook struggling. He was 5 for 17 yesterday. So, that will definitely be an interesting series. But we'll also talk about a series that's already wrapped up. The Pelicans sweeping the Portland Trailblazers. The Pelicans, a 6 seed, sweeping the Portland Trailblazers, the 3rd seed. So, Justin, I'll ask you 2 questions. One, how do you see the Pelicans faring against the Warriors, assuming they do beat the Spurs? And 2, where do the Blazers go from here after being swept?
Well, let's start with your second question. I don't know where the Blazers go from here, and you got questions about the coach. He's lost, 10 straight playoff games. Maybe the CJ McCollum, Dame, backcourt isn't sustainable because it leaves the rest of your roster in a predicament. Plus, they spent a lot of money 2 summers ago when the cap was spiked. So you got, Evan Turner on $70 million. You got Ed Davis on like $30 million, Mo Harkless. So there's not that much wriggle room. I mean, it's a similar situation with Washington. You got the star-studded backcourt, but like everybody else is far and away not compatible with the team. I don't know. It's going to be tough. If you're going to trade anybody, it's probably going to be C.J. McCollum. I probably see them just firing the coach and trying to roll ahead and make minor moves. But they have every roster spot locked up, so they can't sign anybody. I don't know. It's tough for them, but really surprising they got swept. But New Orleans, on the flip side, played a terrific series. Rajon Rondo, playoff Rondo, is definitely a real thing. I forgot where he was during the season. But no, he's been playing great. He's shooting the 3 ball a lot better than what he has. He still struggles on the free throw line. That concerns me moving into the next series. If Curry's not, back or, not close to healthy, there's a chance. There's a chance. Warriors are still going to be favored because they're probably going to beat San Antonio today or Tuesday. But no, there's a chance. Anthony Davis is probably going to be the best player in that series. Drew Holiday is showing that he is more of a scorer, and when he's only has to focus on scoring and defense, he's great at it. And they're just playing with a lot of confidence. So I could see that series at least going 6. I wouldn't pick the Pelicans just because how good Kevin Durant and Klay Thompson are, but I think it's going to be a lot closer than people would think it would.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned Drew Holiday, who had an unbelievable series. Alvin Gentry coming out and saying he's the best 2-way player in the NBA. Maybe not true, but I think it shows
there's a healthy dude who's sitting in New York who's been playing for the Spurs, so I think that is. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I mean, that was definitely shocking to see the Pelicans sweep the Trailblazers, and I think we expect the Warriors and then also the Rockets to come out of the West. So, definitely interesting in the West moving forward. But I think we'll end with that.
Oh, can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Pop. Oh. Everybody's praying for you.
Absolutely.
We understand you guys are taking your time, but we're all praying for you. Doubt you see this, but still, just wanted to put that out there.
Definitely condolences to Greg Popovich and his family. Always tough, but Greg Popovich, been a staple in this league. Not just basketball, but talking about social issues. I think definitely, Greg Popovich is a great guy, and I think we're all praying for him.
Yeah, great coach, better man.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we'll end on that. That's all we have for today, and more SportsZone after this.